where they were pre-diabetic. They've had, changes in some of their cardiovascular functioning. So there are potentials to really damage the child's health.
When you get drugs that you're giving to kids that we know cause extreme weight gain and attack the liver, attack the kidney, that have long-term results, these children that we're giving them today, this medication, we may be doing, kidney dialysis for in 10-15 years.
Et ce ne sont pas seulement les enfants qui sont touchés. Aux États-Unis, on estime que les psychotropes sont responsables de plus de 16 000 accidents de la route chaque année. Et cette étude ne prenait en compte que les conducteurs de 65 ans ou plus. Et qu'arrive-t-il quand ces effets secondaires indésirables apparaissent? Habituellement, les psychiatres prescrivent un autre psychotrope.
It's called polypharmacy. It's just, adding additional, if the first drug doesn't work, you add a second drug. If you have an adverse side effect from a drug, then you add another drug to deal with the adverse side effect.
And then let's say they start an antidepressant and now they can't sleep. So in order to counteract that, they'll be given a sleeping pill. Then a tolerance builds up. So they might now need another drug because they're now at a tolerance level of the first drug that it's no longer creating the, quote, expected or helpful result.
It's not uncommon to see people 5, 6, 8, 9, psychotropic drugs. And there's absolutely not a shred of research that supports that these drugs can be used safely and effectively in combination.
Considérons une dyskinésie tardive, un trouble moteur dont les psychotropes sont l'unique source. Pendant 20 ans, à compter du début des années 50, la psychiatrie a nié tout rapport entre une dyskinésie tardive et des antipsychotiques comme la thorazine ou l'aldol. Les psychiatres n'ont reconnu la vérité qu'après que des milliers de personnes devinrent impotentes. Même aujourd'hui, 73 000 personnes âgées souffrent de dyskinésie et 61 000 personnes de la maladie de Parkinson, syndrome causé par les psychotropes. Mais cette catégorie de psychotropes ne fait pas exception. Des rapports indiquent que les antipsychotiques atypiques et les antidépresseurs tels que le Zoloft sont à l'origine, chez le consommateur, d'une dyskinésie tardive, syndrome qui se développe parfois après quelques mois de consommation seulement. Les psychiatres et les laboratoires pharmaceutiques refusent de se rendre à l'évidence et donnent même ces drogues aux enfants. Mais de tous les effets secondaires dont souffrent les consommateurs, le plus horrible est probablement celui qui entraîne un état d'agitation interne intense et d'instabilité, dénommé akathésie.
These drugs can cause something called akathisia, which causes people to become very agitated, and actually a little nuts, a little off balance, and they'll do things that they never would have done before, things that are totally out of character.
This is a normal person without any history of auditory hallucinations, and all of a sudden they'll say there's voices telling them this is the only way to stop the pain, this is the only way is to kill themselves.
Had patients tell me that they never, ever, ever had one single thought about suicide in their entire life until they started on the drug.
On estime qu'entre 10 et 25% des consommateurs d'antidépresseurs SSRI, soit 7 millions de personnes aux États-Unis, souffrent d'akathésie. Le manuel diagnostique et statistique des troubles mentaux de la psychiatrie indique même qu'il y a un lien entre les psychotropes, l'akathésie et le suicide. Et en effet, les statistiques mettent ce fait en évidence. Le taux de suicide pour l'ensemble de la population américaine est de moins de 11 suicides pour 100 000 habitants. Mais pour 100 000 consommateurs de SSRI, le nombre de suicides passe à 718, soit un taux 65 fois plus élevé. Pourtant, d'après les prétentions des psychiatres et des compagnies pharmaceutiques, les psychotropes préviennent le suicide. Donc, que nous faut-il croire? On peut commencer par la lettre de mise en garde de la compagnie pharmaceutique adressée aux médecins, ou les données non publiées sur l'antidépresseur Effexor, ou l'analyse sur le Prozac faite d'après les statistiques de la FDA, ou le rapport de la Chambre des communes d'Angleterre sur le Zyprexa. Bien entendu, tous les consommateurs ne se suicident pas, mais il existe une quantité affolante d'effets secondaires dont on peut souffrir.
The medication that the psychiatrist prescribed me made me feel awful. Constant headaches, constant nausea, wanting my skin to turn inside out, just feeling like bugs were crawling all over me all the time.
It made me feel like all slow and like sluggish and stuff. Like, and when somebody would ask me something, it would kind of like take a minute, like, what?
These drugs have affected my heart. They have affected my liver.
Weight gain one time, hit like 40 pounds.
These thoughts come over me like I wanted to kill I wanted to really hurt somebody.
It just sucks all the life out of you. So you're like a body, like a machine.
I didn't want to live. I didn't have the desire to live. I felt miserable.
You just can't live, you know, you'd just rather die. Because there's no living when you're hallucinating every day.
I actually tried to commit suicide with my psych meds.
At some point when you realize that you are really just existing, you're not living, at some point you realize you need to take the risk to get off.
Mais qu'en est-il de ceux qui disent que les psychotropes les font se sentir mieux? Que ces médicaments leur sauvent la vie? Que ce qu'ils en retirent vaut bien plus que les risques qu'ils encourent? Les psychotropes sont-ils vraiment efficaces et sans danger pour eux?
So what ends up happening is that someone feels good for a while, and then very often they have to have their dose increased, and then they feel good for a while, and then they might have to have it increased again, or maybe they'll switch agents. So it's that kind of a story if you're not actually getting to the root of what's going on.
I think the research is pretty clear that then all of a sudden starts to change, and you start to have a supersensitivity to being depressed, in which case then they become more depressed, and then they're chronically depressed.
Nombreuses sont les preuves qui mettent en évidence le fait que si vous échappez aux effets secondaires à court terme, vous n'échapperez pas à ceux à long terme.
Psychiatric drugs are toxic to the body. They do build up in the body and add to the body's reserve and reservoir of toxins that will suppress the immune system, and the body will try and fight them as foreign objects.
If they're on these medications for years and years and years, I mean, one of the things that we know about adults and some of the, for bipolar and schizophrenia is that they're dying at younger ages, and these are adults. So if we're starting this medication approach with young kids, what is their life expectancy going to be?
No one's really examined it or is looking at the big picture, which is what's it really do to a society with a proliferation of mood-altering, emotion-altering, or blunting in a society at large.
And I think we're going to really see a huge increase in violence and suicide and a lot of bizarre behaviors that we haven't seen, because for a very short period of time, only in the last 60 years, have we really started medicating, intoxicating our brains with these incredibly toxic substances.
Les probabilités très réelles d'effets secondaires à court et à long terme devraient faire hésiter quiconque pense à prendre des psychotropes. Mais qu'en est-il de ceux qui en consomment déjà et qui n'arrivent pas à s'arrêter malgré leurs efforts?